In the last 4 episodes, we covered why your heating system will fail, what emergency heating solutions actually work, and how to prepare propane and store it safely, and real stories from people who survived winter emergencies because they were prepared. But emergency heat is just one piece of the puzzle. When the power goes out for days or weeks, you need more than warmth. You need light, clean water, food, communication, power for critical devices. Today I'm going to show you how to build a complete winter survival kit that covers all those needs for under $500. You heard that right, $500. It's not a random collection of gear, it's a tested system that works every time everything else fails. I'm Philip Davis with Ancestry Lands. This is episode 5 of Winter Ready series. Now, let's recap what we built so far. Episode 1, I showed you that your gas furnace is electric. No power means no heat, even if you have gas. And if you own rural land, you're the first to lose power and the last to get it back. In 2021, the Texas freeze proved this. 4 million people without power, over 200 deaths, and rural areas waiting weeks for restoration. Episode 2, I gave you the solution, the Mr. Heater Buddy series portable propane heater that works without electricity and costs under $200 for a complete setup and provide reliable emergency heat with proper safety features built in. In episode 3, we taught you how to store propane correctly. Outdoor storage, 10 feet from structures, upright position, protected from extreme heat. We calculated how much fuel you need. 2 20-pound tanks give you 2 weeks of emergency heating. In episode 4, we showed you real stories. March Rodriguez in Austin, Sarah Mitchell in Michigan, James Cooper in Montana all survived extended winter outages because they had the right tools and the right knowledge. We also saw a cautionary tale from Houston, people who didn't prepare and made fatal mistakes out of desperation. So you have the heating piece dialed in. Now we're expanding the system because when you lose power for a week, staying warm is critical, but it's not enough. When you need clean water to drink, food that doesn't require refrigeration or cooking, light after dark, a way to charge your phone, we all know that, for emergency communication and basic medical supplies, that's what we're building today, the complete kit. And we're doing it for under $500. Remember that. Less than most families spend on a weekend vacation. Here are the 6 categories we're covering. First, heat. We've already covered this in episodes 2 and 3, but I'll include a total cost so you can see the complete picture. Second, water. You got to drink, right? We know that. You need at least 1 gallon per person per day for a family of 4 over 2 weeks. That's 56 gallons, remember. And we'll cover storage, purification, and backup sources. Third, food. Non-perishables, high calorie, easy to prepare, enough for 2 weeks without water or cooking. That's a challenge. Fourth, light. Flashlight, lanterns, headlamps with backup batteries. You'll need light for safety, cooking, and sanity. Fifth, power and communication. A way to charge those phones, run small devices, and stay connected for emergency information. Sixth, medical and safety. First aid supplies, medications, and tools for minor emergencies. We're going to break down each category with specific products, costs, and why they matter. And of course, I'll have affiliate links linked to these items so you can get them directly from the description section below. We spent 3 episodes on this, so I'll keep it brief. Your heat setup from episode 2 and 3, Mr. Heater Portable Buddy, it's about $90. 6 1-pound propane canisters, about $25. Propane adapter hose for 20-pound tanks, $20. 2 20-pound propane tanks filled, $40. A carbon monoxide detector with backup batteries, $25. For total heat of $200, depends on what you buy. This gives you about 2 weeks of emergency heating running 8 to 10 hours per day in a 200 square foot warm zone. If you've already completed this from our earlier episodes, you're done with category 1. If not, go back to episode 2 and 3 and watch those videos. Now we move on to water. Water is the most critical, more important than food. You can survive weeks without food, but you won't make it in a few days without water. During winter, power outages and water systems can fail. Pumps stop working, pipes freeze and burst, treatment plants go offline. You need three things: storage, purification, and a backup source. Storage, let's start with the basics. Store 1 gallon per person per day for a family of 4 over 2 weeks. Remember, that's 56 gallons. The easiest solution: water storage containers. 2 5-gallon stackable water containers. They're about $30. 4 cases of bottled water, 24 bottles each, 96 bottles total, $20. That gives you 10 gallons in containers plus 12 gallons in bottles, 22 gallons total. Not quite 2 weeks, but enough for drinking and critical needs. If you're conservative for a longer term buffer, then fill your bathtub before the storm hits. A standard tub holds about 40 to 60 gallons. That water can be used for flushing toilets, washing, and if purified, you can drink it. Purification, remember that. Even if you have water stored, you need a way to purify additional water from questionable sources. LifeStraw Family Water Purifier filters up to 18,000 liters, about $60. Water purification tablets, a 50-pack, it's a backup option, about $10. The LifeStraw removes 99% of bacteria, parasites, and microplastics. The tablets are lightweight backup, kind of a backup source. If you're in rural land that you own, you might have a well or a creek or a pond. If you're in a city or a suburb, melted snow can work in a true emergency, but it must be filtered and purified first. The total for water is $120. When you need food that doesn't require refrigeration, remember, that's most important. You can go, a few weeks without food, but you can only go a few days without water. You gotta make sure that you have food that does not require refrigeration. You need food that does not require refrigeration and doesn't require cooking or minimal heat. It provides enough calories to keep your body warm in cold weather. Your body burns more calories just maintaining your body heat. You need calorie-dense, shelf-stable food. Here's a 2-week supply for one person. Canned goods, soup, chili beans, vegetables, $30 peanut butter, 2 large jars, $10 crackers and bread, shelf-stable $10 protein bars and granola bars, 24-pack, $20 instant oatmeal, 12 packets, $8 rice and pasta with small camping stove, optional $10. Dry fruits and nuts trail mix, $12. Total for one person, $100. Now for a family of 4, you multiply by 4, but you might get bulk discounts at big box stores. So that's an estimated for $350 for a family for this kit. Calculation, I'm using a baseline of 2 people, $200 for food. Pro tip, if you rotate your food supply every 6 months, eat what you've stored and replace it with a fresh stock. This way, nothing expires and you stay familiar with what you have. We actually do this at home. If you can heat water, you have more options. Instant coffee, tea, ramen, freeze-dried camping meals. But even without the heat, canned goods and bars will keep you alive and energized. Total for your food, $200 for 2 people, $400 for a family of 4. But when the sun goes down at about 5 p.m. in the winter, you'll be glad you did it. In the middle of the winter, you won't have any power and darkness can become oppressive. You need reliable, long-lasting light for safety, navigation, food prep, and your mental health. Here's your light setup. 2 LED camp lanterns with battery backup, $30. 3 LED flashlights, 1 per person, that's plus a spare, $20. 1 LED headlamp, hands-free for tasks, about $15. 4-pack of AA batteries, $12. 12-pack of alternate AA batteries, $8. A solar-powered emergency light charges for about a day. Backup option, $15. That's a total for $100. Lanterns are for stationary use, but set them on tables to light a room. Flashlights are for navigation and quick tasks. The headlamp is essential for hands-free work like cooking and repairs. Remember, you don't have lights on. The solar light is a backup. It won't produce massive illumination, but it gives you a renewable option if the batteries run out. Another pro tip, test all your lights before storing them. Replace any weak batteries now. Not during the emergency, do it now. Your phone is your lifeline during emergency. If it connects you to the weather updates, emergency services, and your family. But when the power goes out, your phone dies, and with it, your connection to the outside world. You need backup power. Here's your backup setup. Your Anchor portable power bank that can charge your phone about 4 to 5 times, $40. Solar charger panel, One that folds or charges your phone or power bank directly, $50. Battery powered or hand crank emergency radio. No AA batteries. You need those for weather alerts, $30. Car phone charger that uses your vehicle as a power source, $10 total for power and communication. That's $130. The power bank keeps your phone alive. The solar panel recharges the power bank during the day. Even in winter, a few hours of sunlight can provide meaningful charge. The emergency radio gives you access to The emergency radio gives you access to weather alerts and local news without draining your phone. Some models include a hand crank charging as a backup. The car charger is your ace in the hole. If you have a vehicle with gas, you can run it for 10 minutes every few hours to charge those devices. Just make sure it's outdoors and in well-ventilated area or garage, and never run your car engine indoor. Pro tip: keep your phone on low power mode during outages. Disable unnecessary apps. No TikTok. Your goal is communication, not entertainment. During winter emergencies can increase the risk of injury, slips on ice, burns from emergency heating, and frostbite and hypothermia. You need a solid first aid kit, basic medical supplies too. Here's your medical and safety setup. Comprehensive first aid kit, 50 pieces, 30 extra prescription medications, a 2-week supply, if applicable. Cost varies, but plan ahead. Pain relievers, ibuprofen, acetaminophen, or Tylenol, $10. Emergency thermal blankets, a pack of 4, $8. Duct tape and multi-tools, $12. Work gloves for handling propane, clearing snow, etc., $10. Total for medical and safety, $70. The first aid kit should include bandages, antiseptic gauze, medical tape, scissors, tweezers, and instant cold packs. The thermal blankets are lightweight mylar sheets that reflect body heat. There are a backup to your propane heater if you run out of fuel. These can prevent hypothermia, which means getting really cold. Duct tape and a multi-tool are universal problem solvers. Broken hose, no problem. Duct tape. Need to open a propane valve? Multi-tool. Critical note on your medications. If anyone in your family takes daily medication, keep a 2-week backup supply and rotate it like your food. This isn't negotiable, folks. Let's add it up now. Category 1, heat, $200. Category 2, water, $120. Category 3, food, 2 people, $200. Category 4, light, $100. Category 5, power and communication, $130. Category 6, medication and safety, $70, for a grand total of $820. Wait, I said under $500. Here's the key. The heat category, $200, was covered in episode 2 and 3. If you've already completed that, then your remaining costs for categories 2 through 6 are $620, but we can optimize. If you reduce your food to 1 person supply instead of 2, you save $100. If you already own first aid kits, flashlight, you can save $70. You can skip the solar panel and rely on your power bank plus car charging, you save $50. With those adjustments, your cost for categories 2 to 6 drops to $400. Add $200 heat system from episodes 2 to 3, now you're at $600 again. Close to $500 target and well within reach for most families. The point is to nickel and dime, not to nickel and dime everything. The point is for that around $500 to $600, you can have a complete winter survival system that works for 2 weeks. That's less than most families spend on holiday gifts, less than a weekend getaway, less than a single month of car insurance, and it could save your life. How's that for a fact? Once you've assembled your kit, storage matters. You want everything in one place, easy to access, and protected from temperature extremes. Here's my recommendation. Use a large plastic bin with a lid, something like a 50-gallon weatherproof tote. Label it clearly. Winter emergency kit. Store it in a garage, basement, utility closet, but not in your attic. It's too hot in the summer or outside. Temperature swings damage batteries. And food inside the bin. Organized by category. Use smaller bags or containers to separate the food, medical supplies, and batteries. Keep your propane tanks outside in proper storage as we covered in episode 3. Do not store propane in the same bin or any enclosed space. Make a checklist and tape it to the inside of the bin lid. That way, you can do a quick inventory twice a year and check the expiration dates and replace anything that's depleted. And here's the most important part: tell your family where the kit is and what's inside of it. Run a practice drill, turn off the power in your house for 2 hours, pull out the kit, set up the heater and the lights and the food. Practice like it's real, because when the real emergency happens, you do not want to be figuring it out for the first time. Now, let's connect this back to everything we've covered. Episode 1 showed you the problem. The grid is fragile. Gas furnaces need electricity, and rural landowners are the most vulnerable. Winter storms will happen. The question is whether you're ready. Episode 2 gave you the core solution: emergency heat. The Mr. Buddy became your foundation. Episode 3 taught you how to implement it safely: proper propane storage, quantity calculation, and safety rules that prevent tragedies. Episode 4 proved it works. Real stories from Texas, Michigan, Montana showed that people who prepared survived with dignity and safety. People who didn't made dangerous, sometimes fatal mistakes. And now in episode 5, we complete the system, because heat alone is not enough. You need water, food, light, power, and medical supplies. This isn't about being a survivalist or a prepper, like this is a zombie apocalypse. This is about being a responsible adult who takes care of their family. Mark Rodriguez from episode 4 had a heater, but he also had water, food, and flashlights. That's why his family stayed calm for 5 days while the rest of Austin descended into chaos. Sarah Mitchell in Michigan had heat and food for 11 days. She didn't just survive, she thrived. James Cooper in Montana ran his operation for 9 days without breaking a sweat. They all had a complete system, not just one piece. They had the whole kit. That's what we built together over these 5 episodes. Here's your action plan. This week, I want you to do this. Make a list of what you already have: flashlights, first aid kit, canned food, and identify the gaps. Next week, start filling those gaps. You don't have to buy everything at once. You start with the most critical categories: food, heat, and water. The week after that, add light and power. Within a month, you should have the complete kit assembled, organized, and stored. Then do a practice drill. Test everything. Make sure it works. Make sure your family knows how to use it. And then forget about it. Store it away, and don't forget to label it. Live your life, because the goal isn't to live in fear. The goal is to be ready, so you don't have to be afraid of when the next winter storm hits. You'll be prepared. That preparedness brings peace of mind. In the next and final episode of this series, we're going long term. Episode 1 through 5 have been about emergency preparedness. 2 weeks off the grid, survival using portable temporary solutions. In episode 6, we're going to talk about permanent systems for people who own rural land. We'll cover off-grid heating solutions that don't rely on the grid at all. Wood stoves, rocket mass heaters, passive solar design, propane-based whole home systems. If you're building a homestead or living off-grid, or just want to be completely independent from the power company, episode 6 is for you. But even if you're not there yet, the foundation we built in episode 1 through 5 are essential. Master the emergency kit first, then expand to a permanent system. You don't have to do this all in one time. Over the last 5 episodes, we've built a complete winter survival system. And you know why the grid fails. You know that emergency heating solution works and how to store propane safely. You've seen proof that real people who survived because they were prepared. And now you have the complete kit: heat, water, food, light, power, and medical supplies for around $500 to $600 plus or minus. You've eliminated the biggest risk to your family that would face during winter emergencies. That's not a cost, that's an investment in safety and in peace of mind and independence. Before you go, I want to leave you with this. Everything we've covered is part of a mission to help everyday people build real security and generational wealth through land. For the full roadmap, you can grab my book, Getting Dollars from Dirt, on Amazon. And if you're ready to start owning land, visit Ancestry Lands. This content is just for educational purpose only, and is not financial, legal, or medical advice. I'm Phil Davis. I really hope you've gotten a great value out of this. And hey, a lot of the items we talked about will be in the affiliate links below in the description section of the video. I really hope you've learned something and make sure you stay prepared and continue to watch us for more content like this. Stay tuned for episode 6. Smash that like button and share this with people who you think might help. Thanks for watching.